hi. Let me explain myself. What this all is. Recently, I was uploading a new EP to Bandcamp. And according to Bandcamp, I've got like 116 releases that are available. It's fucking hair. That doesn't include any of the handful of things that I'm working on currently, or the things that I have kept private for whatever reason, or the things that I have just lost. I put out a lot of shit, and sometimes it just gets lost in the mix. I'm very much a person that tries to keep everything organized and archived, and I have this great fear that after I'm gone, someone may be interested in the things I've created, and there will be no real reference point for them as to what any of it means. It's not like I make crazy abstract things, but still, I don't want the meaning to be lost. At the same time, I am also a huge fan of listening to artists talk about their art. Too often we get people that reinterpret things that may or may not be the way they were intended. And I know art is subjective and it's totally up to you to take your own meaning from it. But I find the artist's original intention is often overlooked, I think. To paraphrase Hemingway, it's just a fish. So what we're doing here, and what I'm hoping to make this series, is a sort of occasional retrospective on the music that I've put out over the last, I don't know, couple of decades, I guess. For the people that are into that sort of thing, I really hope you enjoy it. For me personally, it's gonna force me to look at some of the music that I've made, some of the stuff that chances are I haven't even looked at or listened to since it was released, however many years ago that was. And hopefully it's not too embarrassing. I'm gonna try to put out these videos as close to the album's original release dates as possible, but some of that information, it's just lost. So we'll do our best. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this weird, nostalgic little journey. And again, hopefully I'm not too embarrassed. So let's go. All right, so now that I'm pretty, the room is pretty. It's a very pink living room. I just added a little red light to give it some jazz. This actually worked out really well because the EP we're covering today, I felt was pretty, and I was pretty happy with it. And it spawned one of my better songs. Today we are talking about the EP Tired, which was released 5 years ago, apparently on July 30th. 2016. There's a lot of construction going on outside of the house, and you're definitely going to hear some of that. So regarding this EP and quite a lot of my EPs, it's important to know that one of my favorite ways to write and record music is entirely off the cuff. The results are often varied, to say the best, but sometimes it really works out, and I feel there are a couple moments on this EP that happened. This EP, of course, was recorded in my living room at 8 Davis Street in Glens Falls, into a room mic, this one, and a 4-track, this one, over some old tapes that I had picked up at a yard sale. And some of that noise is still present in the background, which, after decades of recording on 4-track, has become one of the things that I absolutely adore about tape recordings. The majority of the EP was recorded over the course of July 27th and 28th, 4 out of the 5 songs. Also, according to the notes on Bandcamp, there were 3 more songs that didn't make it onto the EP, because I apparently recorded over them. So I have no memory of that, or what the songs were, or if they ever ended up somewhere else, or if I even wrote them down. That honestly tends to happen a lot. I probably have lost more songs than I've put out. The first song written for this EP, and I guess recorded because I'm pretty sure I used an old recording of it, was the title track Tired, which I wrote back in February of 2016. And by the time this EP came out, I had already been playing it at open mics pretty regularly. I've also referred to this song as I'm Tired of Sad Songs, I'm Tired of Being Me, and any number of variations of that. So if you're one of those people that scoops up set lists you find on stage, any of those titles are this song. The song, as far as my timeline of writing goes, was probably the first even vaguely optimistic song I had written in a few years. It just kind of examines who I had become as a person and wanting, at least in some small way, to change, to grow. A theme that continues over the entirety of the EP, hence the title, Tired.
Tired of waking up, already half beaten up. I'm tired of wasting my time. I'm tired of drowning in wine. I'm tired of sad songs.
Beyond that song though, the EP tends to run pretty much as it was recorded, as far as I remember, with the first track being In Charge. If you are from the upstate New York area, especially around that time period, there's a good chance you've heard this song in some form or another. Either on some local radio show, if you've caught one of my solo acts, either at an open mic or whatever, or at literally every single mess show after 2016. It was just a staple. To this day, I considered that song among my best material. It's simple, catchy, and sad, just how I like them. After that, we've got the song Oh, which, if I remember correctly, I couldn't come up with a title with, and the beginning part is like, oh, so I just named it Oh. But I also really like this song a lot, and I kind of wish that I had pushed to make this a mess song, to make it more of a full band version. I think this song has quite a lot of potential that I just wasn't paying attention to at the time. I have no idea why I didn't do that. I can almost hear an old mess version. Maybe someday. From there, we've got the song Fine, which is this weird little bouncy number featuring a lot of noodling on a fretless cigar box guitar, and a lot of bizarre noise coming from one of the unused tape channels, which is excellent. It's a song displaying an odd strength and positivity, and I'm pretty sure that I've never played it live. It just doesn't really sound like me, you know? The song is about finding better things to do with my time rather than drinking, and for just being grateful for what I have. I've always been aware of my situations, and I've always been able to give commentary on them. But it was still gonna be a couple of years before I was emotionally capable enough to do anything about it. Songs like this are a little sad for me to listen to.
Pain on the table, a guitar in my hand. I got good friends and I got a good band. I got
The last song on this EP is called Easier. And prior to going back and preparing for this episode, I did not remember it at all. I still don't remember recording it, which is not odd. There were a lot of blackout days back then. It's just strange to hear yourself playing chords and singing words that you obviously wrote, but don't really remember it at all. The song caps off the EP with the notion that things would be a lot easier if I didn't think I would be around much longer, and that any attempt to fix myself seemed impossible and excruciating. Listen, it's not a great song. I don't think any of these are great songs, but it's a fair cap to the EP, I think. And I think the EP as a whole displaying that theme of wanting to get better, though I might not have noticed it at the time, seems like a huge white flag to me. And that's that. That's pretty much all I remember about this EP. The cover art was taken from a night at one of my favorite spots on the planet, if not my favorite spot on the planet. And I'm sure a couple of you know exactly where I'm talking about. We've had many, many good nights there and a number of awful ones. The EP, if you are interested, is available at my Bandcamp, where it's been for the last 5 years. I'm pretty sure it's pay what you want, even if that's just $0. That's fine. I'm just happy when people listen to my shit. And all right, so the last thing I wanted to do with these little episodes, this weird little retrospective thing, is I wanted to try to learn how to play these fucking songs. Not all of them, but I'll just pick one. So on this episode, I didn't want to play In Charge. It's kind of an easy choice. I've played it 100 million times, so I wanted to give myself a little bit of a challenge. So today, we are going to try to learn and play one of these randos. So here's track 2, the song Oh, and I'll just play myself out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for going on this weird little nostalgic journey with me. I'm gonna do more of these from time to time, I think. It's been kind of a weird experience thinking about this stuff. Not necessarily in a bad way, reaffirming. And I hope you hang out with me next time. Anyway, let's cut to me fucking up a song.
This is how